there are two things that are not fun about buying a property. First one is getting your mortgage together. So the pre-approval step, of course, is super important, but what ends up happening is we all feel like we've done something wrong and no one wants to talk about their finances, and all of a sudden you feel like you're being audited with your finances. So everything's being looked at in a very close manner. They want 6 months of bank statements. They want to verify your employment income. They want to verify your employer. They want to know how long you've been there. They want to know what your average salary is, what's bonuses, what's overtime. A lot of times they don't want to include your bonus or your overtime because that is not something that may always happen in the future. So there's so many different elements, but the worst part is really, again, that you're feeling like you're being audited and everything is looked at so closely. And a lot of times, and things I hear from my clients are, yeah, we've been doing everything right. We've got our money saved. We've got equity in the house. We don't have any debt. And it's still so important to make sure that the bank is okay with everything, because you do not want to get stuck thinking you're okay. And then the bank comes along and says, you are not okay. Plus, another part of it, which is annoying, but is actually good, is because there is so much fraud these days. So they are really making sure that your credit is okay. Maybe you haven't been a target of fraud and you don't even know. Or in some cases, people have a cell phone bill from 20 years ago and they've changed plans, they've changed providers, but they still have this balance owing of $19.99 on their credit report that they had no idea about, which can actually hinder you from getting a mortgage. Crazy, but true. And what is the second piece that is not so fun? It's the head trash. And the head trash also comes from everybody else's opinion about what you should do and what kind of house you should buy and where you should buy it. And do you want a condo or a townhouse? Or do you want a single family house? Or someone saying, you know what, I don't think you're gonna do this if you have this kind of a property. You need to be in this kind of a property. Or, you know what, I'm comfortable moving a little bit further out because I really love the house. And someone else saying to you, well, you need to be closer to X, Y, and Z. And at the end of the day, you need to make your own decision and really focus on what is right for you and your lifestyle and what you need and how you need that property for yourself to function. Because as we know, everybody has an opinion and everybody wants you to follow their opinion. And while you can take everyone's opinions into consideration, it is super, 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 super important that you make the decision on the property that is going to be right for you and how you need to live your life. So make sure you don't get too caught up in what everybody else thinks. It's really easy to do, unfortunately, and especially because buying a house and buying a property is such a huge commitment. It is a huge investment. It is the majority of our asset wealth. It's the majority of where our money is. And so a lot of times we want to feel like we've made the right decision. I know we've had it when we purchased house and we purchased a lot of houses. And even going through that process myself, did I pick the right house? No, I'm pretty sure, no. We're good with our purchase. Do we both feel good about it? My husband liked this one a little bit better. Maybe we should have gone for that one. So it's a natural process of buying a house, but we have always gone with the house or the property that was going to suit our needs at the time and what we needed. And while I was always grateful for input and other people's advice, you gotta do what's right for you. So those are the two biggest things that you gotta get past when you're buying property. And you know what, the rest of it all just kind of comes into play. It all comes together, and the rest of buying a property can be pretty exciting. What's been your worst experience buying a house? DM me below and we can chat about it.